Welcome, speculators. This is Fun Speculation Podcast, and we are live. What a week this is! This is one we look forward to every single year where you know that there's going to be some awesome stuff happen. You know that there's going to be awesome game announcements. You know there's going to be cool reveals. You know we're going to get more looks at stuff that we've already been excited for. And if you are an Xbox fan or Xbox player like I am, then you know that the Xbox Summer Showcase is the place to be. Fuzzy Belvedere has actually just got to LA. So he may actually be able to join us here in a little bit. He's trying to get his internet situated and stuff at the hotel. So we may see Fuzzy live on location from Summer Game Fest and stuff. But yeah, it's a good time to talk about games, and this is something I look forward to every single year. Still have never been able to go myself. However, I do enjoy, despite not being there, I enjoy being here with all of you, watching from the sidelines as we get to co-stream all of these events and cover them and all that kind of stuff because we get to kind of react to everything together, and that's always an awesome time. I did get confirmation as well for those that have been asking. Yes, Pong Soul will be joining us tomorrow. I think there's going to be some other awesome people joining too. I believe PTK Blam's going to be there. We may see Steel. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe 3-Bit will be here. I'm curious if Jasper will be able to land his spaceship in time and able to join us for a little bit, unless he's too busy. You know, he doesn't have much control over his schedule, right? So I don't know if he's going to be able to join or not tomorrow or Sunday. But regardless, when I said tomorrow, I meant Sunday. Pong's going to be joining tomorrow, Sunday, not tomorrow. Duh. Sorry, I can't even fucking speak right now. Appreciate all of you being here. I know this is earlier than usual. This is earlier than usual for Fun Speculation Podcast on a Thursday. We're here live. It's around 4:30ish. We're at 4:41 p.m. Central Time, 5:30, 5:40 something, Eastern Time. And thank you all for being here because I see many of you have already found it, and which is awesome. If you do hit the notification bell, you'll always, well, if YouTube doesn't fuck up like they usually do, let you know when we're live. Sub to the channel, notification bell, all that kind of stuff. Greatly helps. Appreciate it. Share it out. All that stuff greatly helps. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll maybe talk a little bit about the state of play. I've already, we that's in the past. So we may talk a little bit about it. We did the co-stream. It was an alright show. It was pretty good going up until the end. And you guys know how I felt about the end if you've seen any of our content here with the 20 minutes of God of Cube. What a weird thing. I don't know. I started to question myself, and I wonder if there's some kind of reason that I am so offended by a cube. Like, I'd never realized that I hate cubes so much until I saw that trailer. Specifically gelatinous cubes. I don't know what I have against them, but yeah, I fucking hate those things. And I don't think if I ever meet anybody named Frank, I'll ever be able to look at him normal, it's really strange. I never had that reaction to a trailer, but man, those cubes got to go, bro. Those cubes got to go. Let's say hello to the chat. Thank you for being here. Trey Bone, what's up? Def Leopard, what is going on? LKP, what is up? 11 North, what's up? Let's see. We got Serve is in the house. How you doing, Serve? Reven Skywalker, how's it going? Says Xbox sleeping greater than Goddess of Kitchen and short crazy legs. Wolverine. Hey, Wolverine's supposed to be short. I did like the Wolverine gameplay. I thought it was pretty good. We got Brett Bingham here hanging out. Sup, Brett? RSJ fan. Dark Zone was first. Says honestly, Mav Xbox will definitely have a better show than PlayStation. That's for sure. Well, they didn't really set the bar very high, I gotta say. You know what I mean? Now, PlayStation went first this year. I mean, this is just in general. Before we get into like what to expect and all those other kind of things, we already had our prediction show, but we'll maybe do some more predicting and stuff on this show. Maybe some more serious ones. I don't know. But it is a little different this year in general because Xbox usually goes first, right? Many times we've seen Xbox first, and then like Summer Game Fest, and then maybe after that, you have the State of Play and Nintendo Direct and all that kind of stuff, right? But this year, Xbox is going after State of Play, after Summer Game Fest. And we kind of get to see what the other showcases have, right? We get to see what the other showcases have in store for us. Now, I got to say again, like, State of Play didn't set the bar very high. So it will not be too difficult for them to have a way better show than that State of Play. We already know Gears E-Day is going to probably kill at that Direct, right? After the fucking Xbox showcase is over with, and we have plenty of stuff to look at with Gears. I mean, we already know that's going to shine. It's not going to have a magic fucking cube dancing around distracting us. It ain't going to have. If they do, I got some problems. But I think we can all anticipate there will not be some gelatinous form of geometry distracting our eyeballs from what's happening with Marcus and Dom on the screen. We're going to have a lot to look forward to at the Gears Direct. And we are going to definitely have a lot to look forward to at the Xbox Showcase. The question is, what? What do they have in store for us for the 25th anniversary of Xbox? This is the 25th anniversary. Whew.
I'll answer.
25. 25 years. I was there from the beginning. I know many of you guys were too, because we're all old as shit here. Remember the first time I played Xbox, my buddies brought over an Xbox, and they were like, we've got to play Halo. I'm like, I've heard about it. What, like, is everybody keeps saying it's awesome? I got to check it out too. It had just come out. Got addicted. That next day, I took every gaming thing I could possibly come up with in my house. I went up to, I think it was probably Funko Land at the time, and it was like, I gotta get one of these fucking things, and I gotta get Halo. I took all this shit. I went up there. I'm like, I need an Xbox, and I need Halo right now. Got it. Went home. Never looked back. Eventually, yeah, I was able to still have all the platforms and stuff. But man, 25 years. The next year, Xbox Live comes out. We get all of that cool stuff. So many memories, man. 25th anniversary. Huge deal. Huge deal. And guess what? As many times as people wanted to predict Xbox is dead, as many times as people said Xbox is dead, hell, half of its fucking life people have been saying Xbox is dead. It's still here. And we're still here. We're still here playing Xbox games. We're still here thriving in the Xbox community. We're still here getting amped up for a fucking showcase that's going to have more first-party games than any other platform. With things like Xbox Play Anywhere and Game Pass and stuff where we get better value than any other platform. So we're eating, despite all the drama, despite all the nonsense, despite Logo Gate, despite the exclusivity controversy, despite hardware sales, despite all this shit, despite whatever happens, despite Phil leaving, despite Asha coming in, despite whatever's going on with Xbox. We're still fucking here, eagerly anticipating a showcase hosted by Xbox, which is usually the best fucking show every single year. And I don't think anybody else from any platform can say, oh, these other shows are better every year. No, fuck that. They all know the Xbox show is better. They all know it's better. You know why? Because they have games that they want to fucking play. Xbox got games that all these people want to fucking play. They do. And they'll be watching, hoping to see those logos for PlayStation and Nintendo. They're going to be praying that they show up because they don't like Xbox and they don't want to have to buy one. Well, I don't give a shit. You're there for a reason. You're there to watch this show. And I know that they're going to have some awesome stuff. Shout out to Crispy Bomb. What is going on? Ralph Taylor, how's it going? Says, who bought Final Fantasy Rebirth? I haven't yet. I will be getting it at some point. I played the first one on PlayStation when it was only on PlayStation. I haven't gotten around to playing or to getting Rebirth yet. I didn't bother getting it on PlayStation. I knew it was eventually coming to Xbox, so I was waiting. And yeah, I'm probably gonna get it here, but I have this backlog, man. I got this backlog. I got this backlog of like 007 First Light, Resident Evil Requiem, stuff like this that I need to get to, and then I'll get Resident Evil Rebirth at some point. And I can't wait till we see the third announcement. Is this the year we get to see the new Final Fantasy? The third one? I don't think we've seen it yet, have we? Have we seen the third Final Fantasy revealed yet? Anybody? Can anybody in the chat tell me? I don't remember, honestly, because like gaming showcases and all this other kind of stuff's kind of like a fucking blur. Have we even gotten the name of what the third one's is yet, or anything like that? Um, I can't. I can't remember. What's up, PTK? He says you can't wait for some. Hey, dude, I hope you're able to join us, PTK. 11 North says no. Yeah, I didn't think so, man. I wanted to say they haven't, but like I was like, what if they had? And I just forgot. Now, let me put this out there, right? Just putting this out there, hypothetical. We didn't see. It's been a while. Like Rebirth, came out this year. It hit Xbox finally, but we haven't gotten any news yet on what the new Final Fantasy Part 7 Remake Part 3 is. So what if? Some fun speculation for you. What if, Phil on his way out, is doing all those deals, he convinced Square Enix to start bringing all their games to Xbox. They keep making posts about how all they're excited about all of their games going to everywhere now, right? The Final Fantasy is excited about being in all these places. We saw them reveal a new game for Xbox at a different show. What if, just hypothetically, they got some deal in that process to market and make sure that Part 3 is revealed at an Xbox show? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if that happens and you see Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 revealed at an Xbox show and it is multi-plat day one, no more exclusivity, timed shit, and all that kind of stuff, that would be insane. That would be insane. That would be a massive deal. And I think it would be pretty fucking cool. And it'd be a way to celebrate the release of Rebirth on Xbox also, right? LKP says it would be nice, but I think it may be at Summer Game Fest, if at all. Yeah, but also, they got Kingdom Hearts 4 they could announce somewhere. I was surprised we didn't see something from them at the PlayStation show, right? With their chummy relationship they've had with PlayStation so much, and PlayStation's doing the bigger state of play than they've had in a long time. According to them, they were really excited. You know what's crazy is how fucking excited PlayStation seemed to be about that show. Like, they were really amped up. They were like, hey, watch this at a fucking theater. They were amped up. They were like, hey, this is like they seemed really, really thinking that this was going to be the show for them. Man, how out of touch. Have they become really out of touch? I wouldn't put it past Square Enix having some kind of massive game reveal at the Xbox showcase. I also wouldn't put it past something like from Atlas being shown at an Xbox showcase. Maybe the next Persona. All of that stuff could actually happen. All of that stuff could actually happen. It is crazy to see something that was PlayStation was so excited for knowing that they had the new God of War reveal, but the God of War reveal is split with reaction. It is split. I don't think it landed how they thought it was going to land. It was very interesting going ons in the gaming space these days. And I think I think Xbox is going to deliver. I really do. I really do. Now, Summer Game Fest could hit. Summer Game Fest could have some big ass moments. Maybe PlayStation held some stuff back that is going to be at the Keighley show. Don't know. That's a possibility as always, because you know how they are. Like Keighley and PlayStation, or like Jack and Jill running up the hill. They're just like tied the knot long time ago. They're inseparable. Um, did y'all notice that Keeley didn't put a poll out there for the state of play? He always puts a poll. Where was Keeley's poll? Oh, pause. I don't want to know that. But where was the questionnaire poll that he puts on the rating of the show? He always does that. Where was it after the state of play? That's interesting. I'm sure he'll do it after the Xbox one. I'm sure he will. Also after his own show, Summer Game Fest. So it'll be interesting to see. Um, Brett Bingham says, "I know it isn't likely, but imagine if GTA 6 debuts at the Xbox showcase. Ponies would call the Wambulance." Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think that's unlikely. I mean, who knows? I mean, King David's, I think, has been on that train. Uh, King David was on that train, so I mean, he's not right 98% of the time. I mean, if the Xbox went out there and got that deal, that would be monstrous. That would be absolutely monstrous if they did that. So, but maybe it doesn't show up at any of these shows. That's a possibility. They don't really need to be at a show. It'll definitely overshadow everything else at any show for sure. They might just end up dropping their own thing at some point. Maybe after all these other shows are done, and just try and steal the limelight of the entire industry. They could do that for sure. Um, Vin says Sega and Square no longer put their game trailers on PS Showcase. Yeah, it's interesting, man. What happened? Is it because? Is it because they did some kind of deals with Xbox? Maybe. Excellence Gaming says, "Mav, you doing your Thursday show now?" Yeah, this is FSP. This is the Fun Speculation Podcast, doing it right here, right now, going live early today. I got some stuff to do later and stuff, so it was like, hey, let's go. Instead of not having a show, I wanted to go ahead and do this show because this is a hype week, right? We're in a hype week right now. I'm going to be co-streaming Summer Game Fest tomorrow. So yeah, I welcome everybody to come hang out tomorrow and watch Summer Game Fest with me. If you enjoyed the State of Play co-stream, it'll be very similar to that. I'll be able to hang out and chat with you guys while watching Summer Game Fest, and hopefully we get some awesome stuff, man. Like, I think Keeley shows have been hit or miss. Sometimes they're awesome, sometimes they're, good, sometimes they're really bad, and we'll see what happens this year. The Game Awards have kind of been reserved as his bigger show, but I do think Summer Game Fest has been like a little bit better in recent years as opposed to what it was, like when he first started it. I remember the first year that Summer Game Fest, that shit was just ass. That was garbage. The first year he did Summer Game Fest, right? He's been trying to hijack, the gaming industry's news, and showcases and stuff with doing Summer Game Fest when E3 went kaput, you know. So Thatch asks, Mav, are you streaming Sunday? Absolutely. Yeah, we'll be here co-streaming. We'll have Pong Soul will be here. I think PTK said he'll be here. We'll have some other people here as well. And I am fucking pumped, man. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some good old fun speculation energy going for the co-stream of the Xbox Showcase. And I hope you guys can make it because we're going to be amped up and we're going to be excited and looking forward to watching these games get shown and get revealed. Absolutely, man. Um, Serve says Keeley's poll only shows up for Kojima. Whoa, dude. Whoa, dude. Okay, now. All right. I get that. Um, you remember when he had Kojima on? Was it the Game Awards to or the Summer Game Fest? I can't remember which one to announce his podcast. We're like, oh, Kojima's there. What are they gonna show? And it was a fucking podcast. Holy fucking shit! Oh my god! What the hell is this? What's happening right now? Psycho? Psycho's here, dude. What is fucking
Check,
going on,
check,
bro?
check.
How are you, man?
I am doing fantastic, and after watching the state of play, I agree to everything that you said. Fuck that gelatinous cube. Uh, yeah, bro, come on. It's gonna be Atreus all over again from Ragnarok. It's gonna be a hand holding fucking little gelatinous cube.
Yeah, but it's not even a.
But yeah, no,
It's not even like a being. It's a fucking
I
like
don't know, man.
I. It's so weird and distracting. Like
It is.
just seeing it like I couldn't take my eyes off of it, man. Like I should have been watching the gameplay, the action, about like what like Faye was doing in that scene when she's fighting the god. But instead, like the cube kept dancing around the background, and I just couldn't take my eyes off the fucking cube. I was like, oh, there's that fucking
Yeah, no.
stupid cube. Maybe playing it, the cube melts more in the background, but it's hard when he fucking jumps and like smacks the guy in the head, and it's like, oh, I'm sure that hurt him really bad. He's a fucking god, and he just got smacked by Jello. That's not gonna do
Yeah,
anything. Smacking a
no, no.
god with Jello's not gonna fucking do anything. What the hell are you doing, bro? Just go and sit your ass down and feed some kids. You're fucking Jello, or go to a hospital.
Wonder what flavor if he's lime.
I don't know what flavor he is. I don't know what flavor. Blue
Have
raspberry,
you seen
Case
the
says. Yeah, he looked like blue raspberry.
raspberry?
Blue raspberry,
have you
probably.
have you seen the memes where she's in the river and that cube turns into a washer?
I've
And
seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of very sexist things going on Twitter
yeah,
regarding
it
Faye,
is.
and it's like I'm gonna still laugh at it. Like and it doesn't even like a lot of people are talking about. Oh, it's like God of Mom and all that stuff. Like that isn't even about like it's the tone. You know what I mean? More
Yeah,
so than anything, it's like the tone of the game. Yeah, I think you can have games that have different characters and all this other kind of stuff and tell different stories, but it's the tone and the weird like Disney cube, man.
yeah.
It's just doesn't fit God of War.
It doesn't, and that's the thing. Like when I saw that, and I was like, "Is she talking to?" And then the thing's like, "No, I'm the scarf, not the. I'm not a
Yeah,
talking sword. I'm a talking scarf." And I'm like, "Hold on, the cube's not even like. What is this? Like, what
yeah,
are
yeah,
we actually watching?"
yeah.
So yeah,
You got three sidekicks in there. You have the snarf cat looking lizard thing, whatever that is,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yes,
You have the
yes,
cube, and then you have the ribbon.
yeah.
I mean, they could have stopped at one, at least.
Mm,
You know,
it's Sony. They have to muck it up somehow.
I guess, dude. But how are you, Psycho? What's up, man?
Good man. I've been so busy with work. Running a store is so much different than working just
Dog,
for the company. I
imagine.
will say that.
I think probably
There's
too,
just,
like, there's less stores, so it's like y'all are probably busier. You know?
oh my God. Yes, especially in my location, they closed down two stores that are nearby, so like the closest one's like a good 40 minutes away. Um and that's it. So we've got three times as busier, and they've reduced hours, so they want us to like work a skeleton crew, and I'm constantly fighting with the company. Like, listen, I can't functionally run this business the way with one person on a shift. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Those days are long gone. Like you can't do that. We need minimum 2 people in the morning, 2 people at night, and possibly someone in the middle. But other than that, at least 4 people a shift is what is needed. But
Yeah, right
I
on, man.
digress with that. But everything else, I did go to Dave Matthews last week, so
Did you?
I was on
Is it
vacation
your
for
yearly Dave Matthews excursion?
yes,
Right on.
it is.
I'm
It was
surprised you're like
fantastic.
sober enough to just be talking with us right now.
Oh, I recovered.
You
I
weren't
came
laying in
back
a
Sunday.
ditch like last time?
No,
Okay.
no,
That's cool.
not this time. But yeah, no, I did get a tattoo. I got a tattoo of Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, the Black Mage. So
Nice. Are you getting
yeah,
Rebirth? Did you get Rebirth yet?
I did not get Rebirth. I'm waiting to get the announcement of the third
Mm-hmm.
game and see if there's a combo. So I already have
Oh
one.
yeah.
So if there's a trilogy coming down the line or something, I'll wait for that because I'd rather just buy the trilogy collectors, whatever it is,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
play it all. There's so many
Uh
other games I need to play that I'm okay if I skip Rebirth.
we kind of have some breaking news Kate just sent me.
Uh
Yeah, Asha Sharma did an interview.
oh. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm
She's
gonna.
been fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, she has. The whole logo thing is a little bit of a snafu, but like I think ultimately it's gonna blow over. That's not
Yeah.
gonna be a big deal in the long run. But she talks about exclusivity on this interview. Um,
Ooh.
so let me see if I can't figure this out to where I can play it with you, Psycho. We can listen to this together.
I will say while you get that up, pause. Um, I just did an Xbox survey today, and it's talking about exclusives, and it was asking how how do you rank this and this and that. So if they're putting out surveys for exclusives, I think they're really serious, possibly doing something. Not everything's going to be exclusive. I get it, but it'd be nice if they
Yeah.
do some type of exclusive
Well, I
console
have.
to get people back.
First off, I'm gonna read what. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Tom Warren's thing, but I've also seen a couple other things already starting to pop up here. All right. I'm gonna just play it like psychos, and the chat will be able to hear it. I don't think you're. I'm gonna see if the chat can hear this. You're not gonna be able to hear this, so I'll just kind of break down what she said, right?
Mhm.
After I play it here. I think the chat should be able to hear this when I play
It's a
it
tough
here.
topic. Look, we're the #2 publisher in the
Yeah.
world, and in order to be a great publisher, you must have your games reach large audiences to play. At the same time, we're increasingly becoming a platform. In order to be a platform, you must have exclusive content and services. And so we're looking at that very closely. I think that we have to be very thoughtful about each title on how we want to think about it and learn from similar cases in the industry, and that's what we're doing. It's a tough
Okay,
topic.
so like she was basically she said we're looking at on exclusive games. She was asked from Bloomberg. We're looking at it very closely. I think we have to be very thoughtful about each title and how we want to think about it and learn from similar cases in the industry. But she also mentioned that where they are a platform, in order to be a platform, you have to have exclusive content. So she is tackling this. She
I
is
mean,
tackling this. Nate
if
Dog,
it's even if
I
it's
don't care, bro. Like I said all along, I don't fucking care, man. People think that I like just really want Xbox to not put games to put games on PlayStation. I honestly don't care. I thought people were stupid for leaving Xbox when their own experiences doesn't change. That's my whole thing, right? Now, if everybody in the industry is doing things the same way, I'm all for like them doing what that would be the best case, right? But
yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and say PlayStation gamers should have access to Xbox games. Like I know you're fucking with me, bro. So, dude, it seems like, dude, exclusives are coming back in some form or fashion.
Yeah. And then I think that, you know, if they do have games going to PlayStation, let them be older titles, they did the Gears of War remake, which is an older title. That's back on the 360, stuff like that. I get that. But new titles like Fable, I just think Fable should have been an Xbox exclusive, not put it on PlayStation because we'll never see a single player game from PlayStation ever on Xbox. We want.
Yeah.
So I think some titles Xbox needs to follow suit. Um, if they gotta brokerage the deal where they back out on that contract with Fable, I say do it. Spend the money. Sorry, guys. We're just gonna keep it on Xbox, and everybody's excited for that game. And it's crazy enough. All the years, bro, that we've heard Xbox is trash games, and then the moment they're going exclusive or they're going to PlayStation, these are the best games ever. They're rating high on PlayStation's, most paid for games on their console. So it's like what it wasn't never Xbox has trash games. It's always been I can only afford one console and I need it to be on PlayStation.
Right. Yeah.
Even though they said, the Game Pass is for broke people, but yet here's most of everyone that they're saying that just I want to pay more money for video games. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can't even afford an Xbox to play Xbox games. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
Yeah. And so there's also more here that she says. She was asked about the 30% margin thing. So I'm going to play this part now.
Do you have more breathing room when it comes to the financials?
Yeah, so my mandate is not 30% accountability margin. It's not enterprise software margins. It's to be the #1 gaming and entertainment company, and that's what we're going to go do. If you think about it, Microsoft has invested more aggressively than nearly anybody in this category over the last 6 years. We've bought Activision and ZeniMax. We've invested in our core platform. We've invested in hardware cycles. We invest in subsidies even when we're losing money because of memory and storage. And so we're long on gaming. We're long on Xbox. We'll keep investing. But we've got work to do. You shared the numbers. We're not in a healthy spot. And so, next 100 days is going to be about resetting the business.
Do you have more?
Wow. I mean, very to the point. She's direct, man. Basically, like my mandate is not 30%. It's not enterprise software margins. It's to be the #1 gaming and entertainment company, and that's what we're going to do. She said, you put out the numbers. We're not in a good spot right now. The next 100 days are about resetting the resetting things. Like they're making massive changes and going back to a philosophy that they kind of lost the plot on the last few years. I think this is a lot of the stuff that she said originally when she just came in, where we're all like, is it just corpo speak? Is it just talk? I mean, like that's like interesting comments. I mean, that's definitely like, hey, we're long on it. We're long on Xbox. We're resetting things, and that means changes, right? That means a lot of. I think anything's on the table. Anything's on the table to happen, guys. It doesn't necessarily mean that, all things are going to be sunshine and rainbows. Like, I think you could see some streamlining going on with things. You could see some decisions on cancellations of certain projects. You could see studio closures potentially as well, but ultimately I think what they're doing is focusing on what's the best thing for the platform going forward, and a lot of that comes with just messaging and brand, fixing that first. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, even if they lower their cost for, where they take their cut and things like that, more publishers will put their games onto the Xbox platform because they they Microsoft is not getting the standard 30% cut that they are traditionally getting right now. So reducing that will put games that we normally don't see possibly onto the platform. And then with this re-imaging of possibly not going back to the OG Xbox 360 days, but going in that direction and trying to manage what's has happened and possibly in treating what they did in the past and kind of making this new image, I think is going to be good. We're going to see what that is, especially after the showcase. And um, I mean, this is their 25th anniversary, so they this is the year they have to put up or shut up, pretty much.
Yeah, that's another interesting way to like they are in a spot where they, I think that there's some pressure put on them, to
Mhm.
write to write the ship, and it seemed now that being said, things have been going in a better direction ever since Asha took over. We've seen numbers on, brand awareness, all that kind of stuff that they've been sharing, uptick in positivity around the brand, all that kind of stuff. Then you also have with Forza Horizon 6 launching, being timed exclusive to Xbox and PC, at least it has increased hardware sales in markets that have not seen that in a very, very long time as well. So there is some momentum going here. You have this showcase coming on Sunday, and they're going to be showing a lot of games that are coming out this year. And this could be a year that marks and sparks a more positive momentum going forward on how they're doing and dictates kind of the future of the company. Really, I mean, because if they keep this momentum, you have the showcase. Fable shows out. Gears E-Day shows out. Let's say that they show Halo again, and it looks absolutely fucking incredible. Let's okay. Well, we got this game. We got that game. We show Blade, and Blade looks sick and draws like awesome hype around that. And it's like, hey, all of a sudden everybody's talking about Xbox and the games that they got. Now, if some of those games that they have don't have those PS5 logos on them, remember they're being transparent, right? Is what the booty said.
Mhm.
You know that the logo gate thing happened, right? Now we see Asha Sharma talking this way. What if with the transparency, you see some of these new game reveals and they don't actually have that PS5 logo? Logo gate then flips on its head and becomes more of a like, holy shit, they are actually doing this,
Yeah.
and you have that and people are like, okay, well, these games are only on Xbox. I need to get a fucking Xbox for that. So um
Mhm.
man, but they got to get the stock in the stores. I think they got to manage the pricing. They got to handle all these things, and she got a lot of work
Yeah.
ahead of her. But this is the first interview we've seen really after she's been in place for a few months now, and it's right before showcase. So kind of very telling where her mindset's at.
Oh, 100%. And it's kind of telling of where the trust with Satya, with Asha, uh, with the company, handling the business, and pretty much be like, all right, here, write the ship. Because obviously, yeah, he doesn't want exclusives, but in the end, you want a legacy where Xbox was bringing in more money than Windows. So if you want to have that extension of Microsoft with Xbox, you need to do things. You can't just put things everywhere and expect, and making money hands over fist. You're not going to do that. So I think this new direction and with a new trust with Satya to Asha, I think Xbox is going to be heading into a good place, and just excited to see where Xbox is. I've been an OG gamer since 2000, 2001, so there since November, and I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you're here, dude. Do you want to lay down some possibilities of what you think they're going to show at this showcase? I mean, I we had a prediction show the other day, but like we know Fable. I'll break down what we know. We know Fable's going to be there, right? I
Yeah.
also think that when they did the Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare reveal, they said June 7th for the DMZ content. So I think that could be at the show if they don't reveal it separately as well. And we know they're going to have the Gears Direct, you know.
Yes.
Now, this is the 25th anniversary. Matt Booty hinted that
Xbox already used that strategy far as its exclusive still didn't quite work out. That's why they're putting games on PS.
Ron G, thanks for that $5 super chat. Just to tell you what he said, Psycho says Xbox already used that strategy for as far as exclusive still didn't quite work out. That's why they putting games on PS. Yeah, but do you think they maybe went too far, possibly, with moving things all at once and causing this whole shitstorm of reaction from fanboys, Ron, and stuff, to where it's like people are thinking we don't need one anymore, right? I do think there is something to certain game strength with having games multiplat, but there's also it's a balance thing, right? You have platform strength versus game strength. And I think what they realized, Ron, is that the platform took a lot larger hit than they expected with those decisions, right? The platform took a much larger hit than they had anticipated with that, and they're reversing course on it. So
yeah, I mean, they thought Game Pass was that's all they wanted, but at the end of the day, as a console holder, it's you have to have exclusives regardless of having Game Pass. Game Pass is fantastic. I love the service. I get into it all the time, but there exclusive gives you a reason of having the console, and that's where this putting everything on PlayStation, that message was lost, and people were like, well, then why do I need an Xbox? I could just get a PlayStation. And if they buy the couple games from Xbox, they'd rather do that. And, Game Pass wasn't that all saving grace that they kind of thought it was going to be for them by announcing going multiplat.
yeah. Ron G with another $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Says, I hope Xbox kicks PS's ass. I want competition. Bro, that's
yeah.
the thing. It's that competitive fucking spirit, man. And like State of Play, let's just be real. Like, it was mostly a multi-platform show, right? Like, it was
100%.
mostly a multi-platform show. And if you were a PlayStation fan looking for a reason to get fucking excited to watch their State of Play that they've been hyping up so much, go to the fucking theater and see it, and you go and you watch that, okay, Wolverine, yeah, it looks cool. Like, yeah, we already knew about that. We've seen it, but, we're just seeing more of it. It's the game this year, because it is the only big game that they have this year. You got to remember that as well, right? Like, what do they have as far as pipeline goes? Like, we've been talking about this shit for long, and people say, well, they only need one big game a year. Well, when Xbox was delivering only one big game a year, people were like, that's not enough. People were like, well, that's not enough. That's not enough. Well, then now all of a sudden, it's enough. It's quality over quantity, man. It's quality over quantity. Don't you see? That's what's important, dude. Right? But now you watch this fucking showcase, right? State of Play. You get the game that we've known about for a while, Wolverine. Hey, great showing, looks good. Some people are a little off on it. I was pretty sold on it from what I saw. But then, okay, yeah, we're getting some PlayStation Studios first party games revealed. We're gonna get some awesome shit. Fuck yeah, what are we gonna get? Who's making what? We finally get this awesome stuff. And then you get Until Dawn 2 and God of War Cube Edition. That's not what they wanted to see, dude. Like, that's not what they wanted to see. That's not what that fan base is hyped for. That's not what they were built up to love. They were built to love a specific kind of thing. And PlayStation's like, no, we're not doing that anymore. Now we're doing this other kind of thing. And here's these chummy games, here's these hey, let's all be happy, let's all be lovey, they're doing those kind of games and stuff now, and it's like people are saying this isn't what we want to see from them. So yeah, like, competition brings good things out of everybody, and if Xbox comes out here at this showcase on Sunday and kills it, you're going to see a lot of excitement from a lot of people that were disappointed in that state of play, right? You're going to
Hmm.
see people being like, holy shit, Xbox is doing it. Xbox is doing it. And that's the energy that they need. That's how you get that
Yep.
brand strength, that brand identity. Be like, that's the cool shit. That's where I want to
Yeah.
be. That's what I want to go buy. That's what I want to subscribe to. The stuff that looks awesome, right? So they can bring it, dude, at this showcase, man. What do you think is going to be here, Psycho?
Man, scale bomb. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Man, there's, I don't know. We have what was that? Toys for Bob. Was that the new? What game were they making for Xbox?
um, was it a new
They were working on
Spyro?
something.
I think a Spyro, maybe.
Yes, could be a Spyro. So we could be seeing Spyro. Um, uh, I know Mr. Boomstick would love to see a new Banjo Kazooie, or Banjo Tooie, depending on whichever game that you liked. Um, I would like to see on this stage something that there's been games they've been talking about. They've canceled some stuff, but also who's to say they can't bring back games that they've canceled?
Right,
You
like
know,
Project
let another
Blackbird, something like that. Yeah.
something that they, like, let's revisit it. What about the Blizzard game that they canceled? But it was like
Oh, that was like supposed to
maybe
be like
they
a
just,
Monster Hunter thing or something kind of like that.
yeah,
But like
and
Blizzard is
that had,
also supposed to be making um like a StarCraft Ghost style
yes.
game, like a shooter, kind of like Warhammer Space Marine, you know?
Hmm. Now, if they bring out StarCraft Ghost that they've announced that was supposed to be on the OG Xbox, and it is the 25th anniversary, that could be a big thing for the Xbox community, because that is one game that everybody's like, where is this game? Uh, and who knows? I mean, so many different stuff.
Yeah. I think State of
Um,
Decay 3 could be there. Like I see some people in the
th-
chat saying this because
yeah.
like it's going into alpha, right? Like with the insiders and stuff. So if it's going into
Mm,
alpha, this would be a good way to like show the latest and greatest gameplay from it.
yeah.
Say K3 could
Where
look really good too. You know.
Yeah, depending on what kind of gameplay are they going to give us a story aspect of it, outside of the survival aspect? Is it going to lean into kind of like not saying like The Last of Us, but um, give us a story portion of the game? Because State of Decay 2, it's pretty much the survival. You're going out. There's a little bit of a story, but that's it. But what if they're working on a campaign story for State of Decay 3? And then there's other options. There's the standard survival game that you got from State of Decay 2. Possibilities. I mean, that would be really good to kind of give us a little bit of a story, the lore of State of Decay, how things happened. That'd be really cool.
Yeah,
Because,
man.
that I would like to see that.
Then we got some. I love some of what Like Squad CEO is saying. He's like, my predictions is GTA 6 will be at the Xbox showcase for trailer 3. Dude, it would be insane. It would be insane. And then he says Halo 6, dude. If you caught our prediction show last week, I was kind of like creating this moment at the end of the show where it's like Halo campaign evolved, and then there's like the Helix reveal, and then it's like, and then on the Helix you're gonna get this next Halo, and it's gonna look amazing. Now Matt Booty shot that out of the water the next day by saying Helix wasn't going to be there. But that doesn't mean they can't announce a new Halo something. Halo hasn't been at the showcase for a long time, which is absolutely crazy to me that they haven't had Halo at a showcase, right? So this Halo will be here, I think, with Campaign Evolve probably for sure, but
Yeah.
beyond that, do we see it in a big way? Now, live on location, going there, searching for secrets, whispering in the ears of the Xbox executives and the marketing teams and stuff that are on site at Summer Game Fest in LA. Fuzzy has arrived. What's up, Fuzzy Belvedere? How was your drive, bro?
A little exhausting, but we got through it for the most part. But yeah, 40. Well, because of the stops, I wanted to make sure we stopped at certain gas stations, and they were like 24 hours. So in case we didn't
Yeah.
get there by a certain time, it was 43 hours. It probably could have been done in 40, but it was like 43-ish hours with food stops, bathroom stops, gas stops, and stuff.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen the Asha stuff, Fuzz?
No, and I didn't. I watched or at least listened to your live stream of the state of play, but I didn't get to actually see it because I was driving during
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But I heard at the end it was like, what the?
I was
Yeah.
happy
I'm
with the
seeing
state of
that.
play until that, you know, like people saying I'm just a hater, but I was like, hey, yeah, you know, this looked good, it's cool, whatever, you know. They lulled me to sleep a little bit in the middle, and then they
Mhm.
just like shat all over me at the end, dude. Like it was massive. That last 20 minutes was like a horrific diarrhea episode where we just exploded out everything we just digested for the beginning of that show for that state of play. Um, yeah, it ran right through us. All the goodwill just out the ass.
Hey, I, instead of the God of War, Luffy or Laffy, whatever um, it's called, but why can't we see Sly Cooper bring like bring back the killed game of what is it
Was
Days
factions.
Gone.
factions?
Oh,
Yeah,
factions. Yeah,
factions.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like if they showed a couple things like that, I think that would have been such a higher, a better state of play, and people would have taken. They were like, all right, cool, we're getting back to some of the classic IPs of that made PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just their standard cookie cutter. Here's your over the shoulder Walking Dead sim, or now Walking Mom sim.
No, Walking Mom Sim instead of Walking Dead. Yeah. Um, so Fuzz, like Asha just did an interview with Bloomberg. And pretty much confirmed that there's going to be exclusives coming back.
Nice.
She also talked about now she didn't say specifically what, but she said that we are like trying to be a platform, and platforms need things that are exclusive. So we're going to be taking a look at everything, and trying to make those decisions on a like based on what other people in the industry are doing. And I think that's kind of like, hey, putting out there to PlayStation, if you don't want us to do this, then you're gonna be needing to play ball with it, because the way she said it is based on the way that it's the competition is doing it, kind of, right. And the other thing she
Yeah.
mentioned was there's no 30% mandate, anything like that, that they are long on gaming, long on Xbox, that they are the next 100 days they're kind of resetting things. She said in this next 100 days is kind of like a reset for things. Now we can look into that. That means that some of those tough decisions are probably going to be happening within this next 100 days as well. But that they are basically like in it. So um, very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. She said specifically, like you said, talking to the Bloomberg host, like you said the numbers. We're not in a good place right now, and we need to turn that around. And she said that we are going to be the biggest. I want to read word for word. My mandate is not 30% accountability margins. It's not enterprise software margins. It's to be the number one gaming and entertainment company, and that's what we're going to do. So, you got any thoughts on that energy, Fuzzy Belvedere?
Well, some of it, I hope, winds up manifesting itself as paying for those third-party exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Um, don't let Sony beat you to another Black Myth Wukong or Stellar Blade. Outbid them. Take their food from them. Take their lunch money, basically,
Mhm.
on a couple of those things. Like, there's been many a game that were listed to come to Xbox, and then magically all of a sudden it's a 1 year or 2 year exclusive on PlayStation. Start doing the same to them, and kicking them where it hurts, kind of deal. They're having a hard time delivering on their first party, so take away the third party stuff that they've been leaning so heavily on. Um, and as far as games you send over to them, and the multiplayer versions of those games. Now, granted, I understand Forza Horizon 6 is a majority multiplayer. You can play it single player, but I mean, personally, I would, at this point, considering how hardware's moved, and I've seen some stories where it's increased sales in other areas, and that, for physical copies in Japan, it actually charted, which has been the first for Xbox since I think Starfield or something like that. So
Yeah.
um, start doing those things to take away either regions or certain key points for PlayStation. Send those multiplayer games over to them that wind up charting on their, um, well, that their players wind up, buying and playing so much that it takes up space on the chart. So then their games aren't really, charting as well. Because even though you're only getting 70% on stuff like that, as far as the multiplayer, you are selling skins, you are selling season passes and stuff like that. Take their players' money as much as you can. That way, when they finally do get their groove, as far as making decent games as a service on the PlayStation side of things, that their player base is tapped out. But yeah, it's very encouraging that she's speaking in the tongue of competition. Is about the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Um, I definitely look forward to it. I'm hoping this seriousness takes hold. Now, there are the tough decision, the bad tough decision, at least the rumor I've heard, it's it's going to be one of those tough decisions that we've seen before,
Yeah.
and that other platforms have done in the past, although they don't get as scrutinized when they do it. So after the showcase, there will be, probably some media news stories of, oh, layoffs or closure. I don't
Yeah.
think it's closures, but layoffs is imminent. But then again, you could just look at Bungie, and that's about to be a
Yeah.
layoff. And if Herman Hulk's rumored to, what do you call? Oh, I won't say rumor. If Herman Hulk's not publicly stating, but saying it at least to Jason Schreier as far as their pullback from PC, what's Nixus for? Do they even need Nixus anymore at that point?
Right.
Then Ben Studio really, everything that they had greenlit before, or that they've uh, you know tested or at least pitched, has been shot down. So do they relegate to a support studio now? Um, Naughty Dog got lambasted not too long ago for not producing enough for this generation, which kind of ironic because they were tasked to do these remasters and stuff like that, as opposed to, making a Last of Us 3, or I don't know. But the one thing I will say about PlayStation, I still think their best chess move that they could possibly pull out of their rear end would be to take what's left of Bungie and make them support factions, because that game was supposedly 80% done before it was canceled. Make them work on the game that they quote unquote rejected, or said would take, exuberant amounts of resources to, make it as a live service. Make them the ones in charge of doing that. I think that would be humble cake for them to some extent. But on the
Mhm.
Xbox front, I have those third parties. Make titles that we expect, kind of like that blueprint I was posting on social media. Make Xbox Studios, everything from Xbox Studios exclusive. Everything from Bethesda, timed exclusive for 12 to 24 months. Activision, it's day and date everywhere, except for new IP. And it falls back to the Bethesda way of things of 12 to 24 months. And I think that solves the gaming media problem, so they're not asking the same silly questions. When's it coming to PlayStation, my preferred platform? And it solves the question of, well, I really like this Xbox Studio game. I like these 3 or 4 or 5
Right.
Xbox Studio games. I'm going to need to get an Xbox. And maybe that pushes people to make the Series S their second console instead of a Switch. I could see it happening. I mean, it's a cheap enough console price wise. It it
It is.
it punches above its weight class as far as what it puts out visually and performance wise. I know some people want to clown it for, oh, it can't do big boy graphics like ray tracing. Well, no, ray tracing is in a lot of the games. It's just that it winds up doing it at 30. But it can do 60 frames and it can do 120 frames. Sure, it's 1080 instead of 4K, but it's able to be playable and reasonably viewable on a 4K TV. So I don't see that as a problem. Unlike when the PS5 Pro was doing 720p for Final Fantasy, one of the Final Fantasies, and people were like, "Oh, it looks like Vaseline was smeared on the screen or something." So, yeah, I just want to see the real competition. I know what's his name, the ballhead said that a while ago. If we're to compete, let us have competition.
Hey,
It looks like Asha's really going to bring the competition.
yeah.
It looks like she's really going to bring it to the table. That's all we've been asking for to some extent, to see Xbox show its ability to gain market share, to show some sort of dominance. I mean, sure, everybody hates big bad Microsoft, but people love the 360, even though I wasn't a 360 kid. I was a PS3 kid, but I want to see them rise from the ashes or from Asha and dominate. It'd be cool to see.
I mean, she does kind of have this like fixer energy. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause she's
Mhm.
acknowledging publicly that things haven't been and aren't in a good place, right? But
Yeah.
also on the same spectrum, she's saying we're going to be the leader in gaming, right? And to say we're not in a good place, but we are going to do this is confidence that you're going to get this job done, and you're willing to do whatever it takes, right? And that's kind of what it seems like is going on here. And like the comment as well, like I wanted to break it down word for word for you, Fuzz, because I know you had missed it. She said, "We are increasingly becoming a platform, and in order to be a platform, you must have exclusive content and services. We are looking into that. We have to be very thoughtful about each title and learn from similar cases in the industry." So they're
I
gonna be
said
studying there's Sony's
that's
moves and Nintendo, like, and yeah, if you're learning from the competition, just do that same competitive attitude. What were you saying, Psycho?
Oh no, I was just saying to Fuzzy that I was saying let's bring back Fable, saying that it's going on PS5, and let's make that exclusive on Xbox for at least a couple years.
Yeah, well, they could delay the PlayStation release. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
Like, oh
48
yeah,
months.
we need more time to optimize for it. Like they could pull a fucking No Rest for the Wicked, or pull a
Mhm.
Black
Yes.
Myth Wukong, right? Remember
Yeah.
when Black Myth Wukong was like, oh, we just can't figure out how to optimize for the Series S or whatever, and then magically somehow 1 year
Was yeah,
exactly to the day, 1 year magically somehow, that's how you figured it out. It's like the timing is just amazing, that you're able to release it exactly 1 year to the day on other platforms. It was very, very interesting, right? Shout out
mhm.
to Brett Bingham with that $5 super chat. Says, let me get this straight. One of Lafay's companions is a gelatinous object that goes by Frank and moves. Yes, that is correct. That is absolutely correct. She also has a cat and a talking ribbon. Um,
Yeah.
I
I
gotta watch that
yeah.
stream
it's
again.
Atreus. It's Atreus. It's gonna be like, hey, look, there's a puzzle. Go over there. Hit that button. It's exactly what it is. Because
Yeah, it's like I think that Xbox has the stage set for them right now. You know what I mean, for this showcase.
They really have.
They like the table's set. They have the games. They have some momentum going right now. State of play was a disappointment, right? I think they thought they were going to be stronger, so that's why they wanted to go first. You know, because usually they like to go last, but they didn't. They went first. It was a disappointment to many. So you have Summer Game Fest tomorrow, which we'll be covering co-streaming here. Fuzzy will be live in attendance, I believe, right? You'll be actually at the show. Um,
Mhm.
Lucky son of a bitch. I hope you see something cool there, bro. And then on Sunday we'll have the Xbox showcase. And I think really like this table is set for Xbox to just fucking come out there and deliver a banger show and really capitalize on some momentum and keep it going. Because like everybody's talking Forza Horizon 6 still out there right now. I still see so much Forza Horizon content everywhere. The game's doing well. It even picked up physical sales in Japan, and Xbox hardware is even picked up sales in the UK
Yes.
because of Forza Horizon 6. And these are things that just haven't happened. So you have some momentum. You have the spark going right now, and delivering the best racing game of the generation. That is not niche genre anymore. If you look at how many people are playing and talking and creating content and everything about Forza Horizon 6, and then you're going to be going into this showcase where you do have Gears that is going to show out, that's releasing this year, right? You have probably Halo that's going to be shown that I think will melt some eyeballs when they show that. I think visually it's going to be something that is actually stands above what people are expecting based on the last gameplay that we saw. It looks pretty phenomenal graphical wise, but also it's Halo. It's going to be a big deal, right? We know Fable will be at the show. It's not coming out this year, but it's not too far away, and it's in cadence with other big releases. So February, we're looking forward to seeing that, but we'll be able to actually see more of Fable at this show. Um, the question is, Fuzzy, what else? Like, what else do we see? Like, we went crazy prediction wise a little bit last week, but like I am curious, like how big of a show is this going to be? Like, are they going to lay it out there, or are they going to have 3 or 4 games and then have a bunch of multiplats, like
I think there will be some multiplats there. Like I'm expecting some stuff from Sega, whether it's as big as something like Persona 6 or if it's the smaller games
Mm.
like the Virtual Fighter and Golden Axe and Crazy Taxi and stuff. I expect Sega to have some sort of appearance there. I would
mm,
love for Ubisoft to have an appearance there, and I think I hope that rumor of a Splinter Cell that I know we've talked about it year after year after year. I hope that it's a real thing. 'Cause remember, I had said after we got to see Ninja Gaiden, the way they went about doing that and helping the development team get that across the line and stuff, they could do the same for something like Splinter Cell because there is a similar attachment or association with the Xbox brand and Splinter Cell. Not just the green coloring of the goggles and stuff, but overall where it first started. So I could see that possibly being there. But for me, I think as long as I see some gameplay and possibly get a release date for State of Decay 3, I'm happy. Maybe some gameplay for Blade, which hearing might be a thing. Um, I'll be happy. And then possibly a release date for Clockwork, which I think if we can get at least the gameplay of Blade and then release dates possibly for State of Decay 3 and Clockwork, I'm golden. Everything else
Mhm.
is icing on the cake. But I there's some things in the back of my mind like OD. We haven't heard about OD lately, which I can make an appearance at the Tokyo Game Show or the Keighley's at the
Yeah.
end of the year. We also got things along the lines of now it slips my mind. Old man brain here. But like with them announcing Call of Duty like last Thursday, just out of the blue kind of thing,
I
and it
know,
being
right?
an awesome trailer and everything along those lines. Are we getting the Warzone stuff like that extraction stuff at the showcase, or is that going to
Mm.
be its own separate event?
Yeah, I was wondering the
And
same thing, man. 100%.
Shadow drop on Sunday.
and with that, like if because that to me says Xbox is confident enough that this is a banger, but it's not a big enough banger to be at the showcase. So do we get to see what Elsewhere was working on? Remember that Activision studio working on some sort of RPG. I don't know if it's a space RPG or if Infinity Ward's supposed to be doing a space RPG. But whatever Elsewhere is working on, do we get to see at least a CGI trailer or get some insight on what that could be? That would be kind of cool. But yeah,
Mhm.
there's just so much. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
it would
think
be
we
also
could
nice.
see that Pro Controller reveal here for sure.
Yeah, and if not, maybe Gamescom because Gamescom is usually a hardware related show as far as controllers in particular. But to see that Elite 3, 'cause I need a replacement for my Elite 2. Hopefully the rubber is not still glued on. Hopefully they have figured out a way to use automotive grade soft touch plastic in place of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise I got to figure out a way to make my own casing and do like a 3D print or something. But it'd be cool if that's shown. But oh man, there's just so much that we don't know. And I think and I saw your leak and it's
Mhm.
the funny thing is there's some stuff on there that we probably will see. So I know you cherry picked the things that are
Yeah.
not interested on there, but
So,
I still we get some surprises that no one's probably thinking of or talking about. Like, and I can't imagine them other than something like maybe StarCraft, Ghost, or something. Like I could
yeah.
see that. I don't know if that's ready or if it's even in development. I think it's in development, but I that was like we heard that it could be in development like maybe a year ago. So it's way early for something like that. But I do think Double Fine's got something to show.
Yeah.
I do think maybe a next gen, like what you were saying before about a next gen Halo. I think that's within the possibility because remember, they showed a lot of scenery, environmental stuff that they could do with Unreal Engine 5, and they had like those awesome, like I guess you could say almost like deep space, like vibes with some of the flood and some of the scenery that they had. So maybe we see a spinoff or something with Halo, or we just see the next iteration of Halo. But man, I can't wait. It feels like Christmas right now. I'm also going to the IGN thing, but I'm only going to pop in there on Saturday for a couple hours because I
Yeah.
don't like that. And the tickets were free, so I can't
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
down free tickets. But
Scale on 2.0.
You get free
scaled down to
booze. Do they have free drinks? You get a drink ticket, Fuzz?
I I wish. I know when I used to come out to Vegas for SEMA, that was always the thing. Like the
Yeah,
hotels
yeah.
out there would always, try to liquor you up so that way you keep spending money gambling or keep losing money gambling. So maybe IGN will do the same thing and try to brainwash us into liking IGN or something.
That's happened to
They don't want
people.
me.
I've seen people that hated IGN go to this IGN live thing. All of a sudden, they come out the other side. Those guys aren't so bad after all. They try and get you in there and then convert you. It's like Scientology. Um,
Um,
Yep.
I could see.
Fucking
I'm
brainwash.
not normally an angry drunk, but I could see myself turning into one.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it would not be a good idea. Give me alcohol around people I don't like because I'm going to tell them I don't like them, and
Oh,
they're probably not. Gonna like that. So
Fuzzy, like you seem so calm and cool and like relaxed, man. It seems so calm, cool, and relaxed, bro. I don't know like it if I could see that coming
IGN
from
does
you,
that to you
bro.
though, bro.
Like that kind of energy, like this dark Fuzzy, like just
well,
go out there and be a Sith.
maybe like remember how they treated Jasper when he was pointing out their mistake. They're like
Oh
maybe not
yeah,
being
yeah.
it's like the fuck are you guys like seriously? He's just showing where you messed up and not even being a dick about it. He's saying, "Hey, you might want to fix this," and they're like, "Well, if you stop with the conspiracy theories."
Yeah.
Nah, that's not gonna. That would be an ugly conversation. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I that was one thing that made me have them like non-redeemable, for
Yeah.
me. I always had my opinion, but we have logo gate now, right? But when PlayStation does such a good job at omitting the logos to where IGN can't even figure out what platforms games are releasing to. And they come out with the videos talking about games releasing for the rest of the year, about getting excited, and then they purposefully or maybe apparently accidentally leave all the Xbox logos off of the games that were going to Xbox. When somebody just says, "Hey, IGN, these games are coming to Xbox, do better," then they lash out on social media calling that person a conspiracy theorist, like they are, like it's the whole Xbox anti-IGN thing. Now, that whole energy that they came off with that way, let's just like the fact is that's all you need to know is the fact that the Xbox logos were the ones that repeatedly were left off, right?
Mhm.
So either they're
Right.
really fucking stupid and actually just believe PlayStation that those games were exclusive because they watched the show and it's like, a PlayStation only had that logo on, so that game must only be on PlayStation, and that's where they get their information. So either they're really fucking stupid or it was deliberate. I don't know
Mhm.
which one's worse. If this is
Both.
the biggest
They're
games
both.
media site out there, right? They say they're number one in games media, all this stuff. Hey, prove it by actually doing fucking good work. That would be what would be good. I agree,
Yeah.
100%.
But Sony pays them.
Well, yeah, that's maybe a thing as well. But it is
Well,
what it
they
is.
are, aren't they?
Follow.
Aren't they an extension of the company that Sony owns, Future or whatever, IGN?
There's for the
I thought.
Ziff
Yeah, but I
Davis.
thought they had.
They've done like sponsorship stuff and things like that.
Okay.
But I don't think they
I
actually.
There's
thought
some
they were
marketing.
majority. I thought they had like majority shares into the
I'm not
company.
There's a
sure.
marketing. There's definitely a marketing tie. So advertising dollar wise, because PlayStation puts a lot of ads on there, even if they're not even an owned entity of Sony, the fact that they kick them so many advertising dollars to advertise on their site, it'd be like if Xbox came to your store at GameStop and kept dropping you like $500, like just hey, we were in the area and we figured we wanted to put this Xbox poster on this wall. Here's $500 for your time. You don't have to do it. We'll put it up for you, and then we'll be back tomorrow to put another poster up. If Xbox was doing that, they wouldn't have to own your store. They just kind of remotely pay for it in a abstract way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what Sony does to our store anyway. We're Sony marketing everywhere. It's fucking crazy.
I love some of your thoughts on the show though, Buzz. Like I think like Xbox show, like I could see it go down like this. Like you open it up with like Blade or something like that, really generate some excitement there just because it's a popular IP, obviously, I think they're probably ready to show that. Then like you go into, okay, well, hey, not just one game that's coming to Xbox. Here's State of Decay 3. Bam. So we got two first party games right off the bat. And then hey, let's not end the excitement here. Let's have some cool Fallout shit hit right now. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Fallout, some new Fallout announcement. People will be already fucking losing their minds 3 games in. Then okay, you go
Mhm.
into some like more of the kind of like easier stuff, kind of like some of the multi-platform deals you have that have games that have already been revealed, you know. Then in the middle there somewhere you'd be like Fable, because we've already seen Fable, and we people know it's coming February, so then you just kind of show Fable again, kind of in the middle, generate that buzz again. Follow that with Halo, right? All right, here's 2 more Xbox games that we already know about. You've already seen some coming out soon, right? Then after that, you kind of go maybe a couple other kind of lighter games again. Maybe have like a big indie game announcement in there, something like that. Then we come out with some massive heavy hitter third parties, right? You know, Xbox has expanded our partnerships with these companies. Here's Square Enix revealing some badass big new game. Sega, some big badass new game. Here we got Ubisoft here bringing Splinter Cell or some shit back, you know, with a remake. And let's go, man. People are so like holy shit, like fucking Xbox is here, Xbox is back, yeah, baby, let's fucking go. And then there goes to the end of the show. Here comes to the end of the show. Well, we know we got Gears coming, so they don't even have to lay that out there, you know. Then we get into like something we don't expect, you know, something we don't expect to see, you know, something like crazy, some kind of IP or partnership game, like licensed IP made by a first party studio, like a Star Wars thing or some crazy shit like that. And it's like, oh my god, holy shit, what is this? You know, maybe you have like Elsewhere's new game, right? That studio it has been working on, and then you have, you know, at the end, you know, kill everybody with Elder Scrolls 6. Just fucking kill everybody with Elder Scrolls 6. Just annihilate us with that. Just throw it out there and let us salivate over that, and then roll right in to the Gears Direct. That would be a fucking way to celebrate a 25 years anniversary.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely hurt Keeley's poll after the show. Like, what was Xbox's A, B, C, D, or F? And everybody will be voting A. You know, some of the ponies would be like B or C, but for the most part, it'll be an A show, and it'll be like 89% or 90% say A, and you know the ponies that follow them will be the ones saying B or below, kind of thing. But yeah, ending it with Elder Scrolls. I almost want them to pull a joke on us in a way where it shows like the date 2026 question mark and then cross it out 2027 with like an exclamation point at the end kind of thing. So maybe it's ready. Maybe it's ready sooner than people anticipate.
Do you think we'll see any Jello cubes at any of the games? Probably not.
I
No.
I can't imagine any of the shows have or any of the games having Jello
That's exclusive to PlayStation.
for
Okay.
now, and you know what, they can have that exclusive. I mean, if we were talking Jello shots, then you know, but no, Jello cube jiggly things as sidekicks. Mm.
Maybe,
Now
yeah.
I'm kind of glad I missed the state of play because I'm gonna be watching this later on tonight, looking at the state of play, and be like, oh my god, they really hit the bed. Like, how do you go? Like, because didn't they have dismemberment for non-robotic people for Wolverine? Like, wasn't there blood and gore for that?
There was, so you have people that have, there's lots of blood and gore, right? You have claws going through faces. You have claws going through chests. You have, you know, lots of that. The dismemberment is left for robotic appendages because these are cyborgs, right? These are
Mm.
half people, half robots, and they have like robot legs or arms and stuff, or sometimes they're more so if they have a robot torso. Then so they're leaving the dismemberment for the robot stuff. So,
Okay.
which is a little disappointing considering other games like Assassin's Creed has that. I mean, tons of other games have like full on dismemberment and stuff, but it is what it is, right?
Ghost of
They're
Tsushima was one of the main ones I remember. It used to be
yeah,
funny. Well, that's say funny, not being a psychotic killer or anything, but you could chop off the guy's arms and you would see the other,
yeah.
bad guys around them fall down and try to get away from you after. So,
Yeah, I remember making an Assassin's Creed video with Valhalla,
mm.
just kicking a head around for like 20 minutes. Like I made a song, it was like kicking fucking heads. Like it was like this is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I went, then it ended up like going down the side of a mountain and then falling into a river and then it like floated away. Like this Wolverine doesn't have that. It doesn't have that, unfortunately, but it's okay. It is supposed to be more linear. They confirmed it's like a linear game,
Mhm.
which I'm completely actually fine with that because I didn't want it to be Spider-Man to reskin to be Wolverine. I didn't want to be Wolverine jumping around rooftops in a big city, you know? Like it
Yeah.
just that's not what Wolverine does, you know? It wouldn't make sense. So, I'm kind of honestly glad. I think it makes more sense for a Wolverine game. I think that Wolverine looked pretty damn good. Tomb Raider also looked sick, Fuzz. So go watch that Tomb Raider trailer.
Yeah,
Um,
looks good.
and did you hear Fuzzy? I mean, did you? Is you the one that shared this with me or whatever originally? I don't remember, but the clutch reveal from Maverick
Yeah,
Games. Yeah, so
I
they had
saw
the five
part of
minute
it. I didn't see
reveal.
the. Okay, I only saw like when he showed some of the cars and
Hmm.
talked about the release and stuff, but they were going to show them more of it on the state of play. I want to
Yeah, yeah,
see it
yeah.
because the level of detail he has on the cars is pretty nice. Now, I don't know what kind of number of cars are going to be in it, if it's going to be less than like a Forza Horizon or if it's going to be about the same or more. But level of detail looks pretty awesome. Car control is going to be funny because was that the one with the police chase or was that Stuntman that had the police
No,
chase?
they had a police chase in this too. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That'll be interesting because that's something I kind of wanted to see in Forza, although you
yeah,
can kind of make it yourself by, putting the sirens and having the police horn and stuff like that. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, it'll be better than what Drive Club was for PlayStation. So we'll see.
yeah. Well, clutch is gonna be everywhere. So
Yeah.
it'll be but I think PlayStation is getting Forza Horizon this fall at some time. So they're gonna have two. I think Clutch is releasing sometime in 2027. It would be
Mm,
interesting if Polyphony Digital could expand their horizons a little bit and do something like you talked
mhm,
about as well at some point.
yeah,
But Clutch looks like it's probably going to be pretty fire. They get a lot of customization. It seems like they're kind of keeping a little bit of realism to the cars, right? That a
mhm,
little bit of that simness to it, but they're still making it like an arcadey thing. But it has also like a Need for Speed style story to it. You know what I mean? So it kind of looks like a mixture of a different genres and a kind of game we really haven't seen before, or at least in a while. So looking forward to that reveal, which will be on Summer Game Fest tomorrow, which will be co-streaming. So that alone, we will have much anticipation over. Super excited to see that. I can't remember. I know that there was a couple other things that they said would be at Summer Game Fest, but I think that's the only one that really like excited me so far that we know will be there. Um, I think there will be some surprises, but more so what I expect at Summer Game Fest tomorrow is just more in-depth looks at games that are coming the second half from multiplats that we've seen before, you know. Um, because
do
I
you
don't
think a
know what else.
Cyberpunk 2 makes an appearance at Xbox's showcase, or do you think it makes it at Summer Games Fest?
Which game?
Cyberpunk 2.
Oh, do you think they're gonna reveal that this year?
I think we see CGI or in-engine stuff this year. I don't know who gets it though.
Because they did reveal Witcher 4 really
Xbox.
early, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so
I
they're
think
willing
Xbox
to
will get it.
do that. And they revealed Cyberpunk 2077 crazy early. So, they are working on both supposedly, right? And so it wouldn't surprise me if they went ahead and revealed the next Cyberpunk game just to build up investment and excitement over the course of 5 years or however long it takes. Um, it'll be That'll be a big deal if that happens. If it does happen, Cyberpunk was marketed mostly at the Xbox stuff, wasn't it? Originally?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, they
I could see it being at either showcase. I would say
yeah.
more than likely, possibly Xbox, but Xbox will probably have enough of their own good stuff that could be at the Keighleys and they not really miss it.
So this is going to be interesting too because like when you go from one style executive right into another, right? Phil to Asha, okay? Now, we understood Phil cuz talk publicly about this stuff, where how we're like, we only want to really invest on the IP that we own and all that kind of things. And then we made some of those like publisher acquisitions. Then some of the projects came along for the ride. They had deals in place and stuff they're working on. So like Indiana Jones, Blade, and stuff like that, right? But we've seen them kind of transition a little bit in that thinking, because they did Sea of Thieves, Pirates of the Caribbean content and stuff. But now with Asha coming in, and we just heard her say that exclusive like content, exclusive content is important to a platform, right? I'm curious if her mindset would be different than Phil's, in the sense that we're going to pay for third party exclusives like PlayStation does, or we are going to pay for licensing deals with big third party partners, and like Transformers, or like fucking like Marvel something, or Star Wars, or whatever, and it wouldn't shock me if that's the mentality that she might have if she's learning from the industry. And I think she's learning not just about, hey, what has Xbox done, what has everybody else done, and what do we, so it I think that we could see some of that energy come in. And I would argue, honestly, also, that if you are talking about exclusive content to platforms, sometimes it can actually be cheaper for the platform holder to do deals with third party companies than actually making their own games exclusive. I know that sounds crazy, but if you are in Xbox's position where you don't have as much hardware out there as the competition does, you could foot the bill for the marketing and all that stuff, because we've seen some of those deals exposed for PlayStation. And honestly, the price that they've been paying to some of these companies is not as high as you would think, for marketing and timed exclusivity. And like, can Microsoft overpay, to get some of those deals on their end? Can they pay more? Yeah, they can afford to pay more, right? And if you're building platform strength and stuff, like, it could go a long way. And in the same aspect, it would create more competition in that space for Sony, so where they're not being able to get those deals as easily as they are now. Whereas, okay, well, we got this exclusivity offer from PlayStation. Microsoft isn't interested in it because that's just their mentality. Well, what if Microsoft all of a sudden is interested in it, right? How much are they willing to pay? That could create some interesting dynamics with just exclusivity on third party games, for sure, man. I'm not saying every publisher should do it. I don't think the big IPs should do it. I think maybe new games and stuff should do it. New games in different genres. Hell, go to WB. Do something with them, man. They're fucking hurting for money. They want to make some deals. They need some security. they need some fucking security. They're maybe getting acquired, but they need some security as far as like their fucking gaming division, right? So make some fucking deals with them right now. Go get some DC properties and shit. That would be crazy. Could you imagine Batman game being exclusive to Xbox ecosystem, competing against Spider-Man? That would be nuts, dude. That would be fucking nuts.
That would be the type of new energy that Xbox needs, in a way that they can market that on the box for their console, whether it's pre-packed, whether it's packaged or not. People will know at that point that this Batman game is an Xbox game. You have to get either a Series X or S. Sure, there'll be the people that can play it on PC. There'll also be the people that can play it on their Samsung or LG TV or their Fire Stick or whatever. But that should help them move Series S is a lot easier. Just like Spider-Man helped them move, the PS4 Slims when they had that console with the spider logo on the side or on the top, and they included the game. I could totally see that moving a couple mil, even if it's just a couple million units. Person gets into your ecosystem is more likely to either at that point sign up for Game Pass or buy other games. So, getting that foot in the door is all you really need.
Yeah.
If that game that can only be played on your system is what brings them to your platform. And the next step is lock them in, get them to sign up for Game Pass, get them to pick up Starfield, or get them to buy Forza Horizon 6 or the new Halo or E-Day. And then you might have a new customer for life. Or you might have, somebody that mains on their PS5, but now decided to also pick up a Series S for all those games that might not come to their PS5.
Yeah,
This is just a thought.
man. It's like with Asha said, the next 100 days is like about resetting things. It's like everything. I think we've seen some of the small stuff change right now. It's almost like there's some massive things coming around the corner at some point. You know, um, I just can't rack my head around. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some negative things. You know, but like also what's the other end, like what is going to be the crazy other things that they do that's really going to drive business forward? Because she's not on a, I mean, I know she said Microsoft's long on gaming, but she's got some definite motivation to get things moving quick, right? So I anticipate some crazy shit happening in the next 100 days. I mean, 100 days, she laid it out there. 100 days is about resetting things, resetting the business, she said. That's strong. I mean, that's strong words. Resetting the business. Reset is not adjustments.
Mhm.
You know, like you could say we're making some adjustments to the business.
Almost starting over.
Like reset is like a complete change of identity in my mind. That is
100%.
that is how I mean, I am curious how far they're gonna go with this. A lot of people have been saying, it's just talk. I don't know, man. I'm starting to
She's not the
really.
type.
I'm well. I mean, I don't. I think it's like do or die. You
Plan
know?
is the plan. It's not the plan. I think it's more than just talk. Like, you don't say something like that and then drop the price on something that was never thought to be able to go back down in price. You don't lower the
Yep.
price on hardware for people that are on the previous gen system when you're just going to do more of the same type of stuff. Like, I think hardware is more of a focus than it's ever, I wouldn't say than it's ever been, but at least for the past 10 years. Past 10 years,
Yeah.
I think in that they were probably happy with 40, 50, or 60 million, whoever, depending on whose numbers you believe for the Xbox One. Then the 40 or 50-ish possibly for the series consoles. Um, I don't think, even though the previous leadership may have been happy with those numbers, I don't think her as somebody that's gotten in the business of acquiring new customers for, what is it, the Instacart and a
Yeah.
few other places she's been, I don't think that's her MO. I think her MO is there's, let's say, a potential of, and we're not going to use the Phil Dominus Maximus saying of 8 billion players. No, I think she's looking at the fact that there's probably an access to 500 million players, between US, UK, Japan, and even China, which that's a burgeoning market right now. I think she's going to look a little bit over there because it's probably easier pickings to do that and get your name there and build something there, but also try to reclaim what you can in the States. Like, I think there might be, unfortunately, somewhat of a pullback on some of the other regions to make the US their primary focus. Not to push Sony out, but to make it much harder for them to gain player base and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I would say the big thing is target the PS4 guys that are out there still on PS4s that are going to want to play Call of Duty, that are going to want to play, GTA 6, that are going to want to play any game out there like Madden and so forth that are going to be next gen only. Find a way, even if it means making the deal with GameStop, because they have a good relationship, I think, with GameStop. So this, was it $70 that you get for a PS4 now? Roughly about that, Psycho? give or take? Or is it
Psych-
more?
Psycho.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on what original is about 55, 60. Slim's a little bit more, but yeah, about roughly that.
If Xbox can't make or sweeten the deal and make, maybe make an offer of 30 to 50 additional dollars for PS4 trade-ins or something like that. Or make it so if they can't drop the price on the Series S, put in the Vault edition of the next COD, put in the full premium or ultimate edition of Forza Horizon 6. Keep it at the 400, but put $100 game in it. I think as those are going to be games that people are going to want to buy anyway,
Yes.
it makes financial sense that if you were going to spend $100 on a game and you wanted to only spend $300 on the game system, a $400 out the door price, I think, works.
Yeah.
But you got to
Oh,
make sure you
100%.
got to put it on the box and make sure people know, hey, you're getting a $100 game plus a $300 console all in one, or you're getting a $400 console with a $100 game for free. However you want to word it, that gets people to break out the checkbook or the credit card. That's what I do.
Yeah. Oof. Man, there's so much to think about with all this stuff, man. This kind of like interview kind of was like a bombshell a little bit. Like, she put the 100 days out there. Like, somebody in the chat was asking like why 100 days, and like for me, I'm thinking like maybe there's like an internal kind of target that she set to bring the numbers back to a certain growth state, and that 100 days is kind of like her we need to get these things addressed and changed before 100 days is up to be able to get to that doesn't mean like if they don't fix everything within 100 days they're going out of business, you know what I mean? But I think she has that kind of like do or die mentality of like we got to get this done, we got to get this done now, because we have so much at our wheelhouse. We have so much here, and like we need to start correcting this now, because any time you wait on procrastinating on major decisions that of direction, then you're kind of just prolonging the problem. If you know you're heading somewhere, you make a decision, right? This is what's been going on, and she's been in that early assessment phase, right? The first couple months, she's like she said she was first couple months, you get learning, assessing things, talking to people. She brought people from the industry like outside. She asked to talk to people that have been very critical about Xbox. She's been talking to people at Xbox, brought in former Xbox people, talking to all these different people, and like learning about things, taking a look at the numbers from the studios, taking a look at the games that are in the pipeline, like figuring out the decisions that were made, why were they made, all those kind of things. And it's like there has to be a point where it's like, okay, well, this has got to be a course correction here, this has got to be a course correction here, and this has got to be a course correction here. Now, it doesn't do you or anybody any favors to just like, well, we're just going to kind of keep things going the way they were and slowly change things, because that's not helping anything in the long term. You are going to be stronger if you just nip it in the bud now, you know just go ahead and just take care of whatever. And some of that may not be things that we're all going to like. I think Call of Duty getting out of Game Pass was one of those moves. Dropping the price to Game Pass was one of those moves. Taking care of that right now. Why wait? And they're going to be making more drastic changes, and it's going to be very, very interesting. She's brought in specific people to help her make these decisions, people that are highly respected in the industry, right? And when she says that we are going to be the number one, it's not just their goal. I mean, she puts out there, we are going to, be the number one in gaming and entertainment, which is another thing that was interesting that she said, and entertainment. They're seeing Xbox as more than just a gaming brand now, right? That means we're gonna see more movie deals. We're gonna see all these things because I think they think it helps strengthen their brand and their IP, right? So, it looks like she has the confidence I like to see it. Keep bringing the energy. Um, Logo Gate was an interesting little moment. I think it was kind of like easy thing that they could have avoided. But like I said, Fuzz and Psycho, that could flip on its head if we see some of these games shown at the showcase that don't have the PlayStation logo. People would be like, well, they were transparent, and holy shit, these games aren't going to PlayStation.
Yep.
That would flip completely. Imagine Elder Scrolls 6 trailer at the end of the showcase. If they have that. And then it only has the Xbox. And earlier in the show, you see PlayStation logos here and there. And at the end of the Elder Scrolls 6, it only shows a fucking Xbox and like Xbox PC logo. Everybody be like, what the fuck? Oh man, you have some mad PlayStation gamers there. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. I want to be here for just the crazy fallout of that. I want to see all the shenanigans that happen on Twitter. I want that to happen just to fucking live in the world where that's happening and I get to see everybody's reactions. That'd be insane, man. Mac 22TH54 member for 15 months. Thank you so much, Mac, for being with us that long as a speculator. Says there's nearly 100 people hit the like button. Yes, if you are here and you like the content, if you're engaging, even if you hate me and you're here just to hate watch and talk shit, that's cool too. You can at least hit the like button so that way you can find more people that hate me to come here and talk shit to me, because if you hit the like button, it's more likely that you're going to find other haters to come in as well to talk shit, and that's cool too. We welcome the talk shitters as long as you're not too bad. Some of you fuckers I have to get rid of sometimes. It's okay. Don't go overboard. We can engage with some of you knuckleheads. Go ahead and hit the like button to bring in some of your brethren. Let's fucking go. I don't mind the idiots. They give me interesting content. They give me interesting fucking content. I like to call you guys out when you talk shit sometimes. It's fun as hell. Bring them in. Hit the like button. Share it out. You guys that... Yeah, you guys that, constantly do that. Hey, share it out to your DM buddies where you talk shit about Xbox guys, because I know you have it. Let's go. Share it out. Say, hey, guys, go talk shit to this podcast right now that's hyped about the Xbox showcase. Let's go. And hit the notification bell so that way each time I go live, you make sure you're here to do it. Because I know that instead of being excited about PlayStation games, you would rather be on an Xbox focused show to talk shit to us. I'll fucking love it, man. Let's go. Donovan Lefferts. You know what? I hit the like button just for the hate watch. JK, y'all are great. Hey, appreciate you being here, bro. No, I'm just joking though. I appreciate everybody being here watching the show. I hope you guys are just as pumped as we are for the Xbox showcase coming around the corner. Hyped for Summer Game Fest. I know Clutch is going to be there, so that alone gets me excited. It should be amazing to see that game and other surprises as well. Psycho, give me like a dream scenario, like game to be at the Xbox show. Just like one thing that'll really tickle your fancy. When I say fancy, I'm not talking about my wife. Okay? Unless her nickname, get that out of your head right now, Psycho. Melt your soul, or whatever. I don't know. Say something else. Don't not tickle your fancy. Just forget I said that. Melt your soul. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't
Light
have
your
a fancy
pants
to
on
tickle,
fire.
so it's okay. So a game that will blow my mind. I mean, I'm an RPG fan. So give me Breath of Fire. Announced they're remaking them,
Wow.
and they're showing Capcom has them on the Xbox showcase. That would blow my mind.
I didn't I hear some Breath of Fire news lately or something? I could have swore I saw something about Breath of Fire mentioned about a possible IP comeback or something like that. I can't remember
Possibly.
where I saw that. Hey babe,
But yeah, that's mine.
relax in the chat. I see you're biting your lip.
Oh, oh, I see that now.
We can't have this. We can't have this going on.
But yeah,
Um,
or another one would be Rise Son of Rome 2. We've been asking for that since the
oh,
launch of the first Xbox or the Xbox One. Sorry,
so you're talking about some old
that would
shit
be.
coming back, being like, yeah, let's go. You know?
Oh, can you imagine? Rise Son of Rome looks amazing on the Xbox One. Still looks amazing, and now if they updated with all the tool sets that the Series X or even possibly the Helix, oh my god,
Yeah.
that people be like, is this a movie? Oh no, it's a video game. What? Yeah.
The funny thing about it is, on the heels of what is that, God of Fae, or I don't even know what they call it, but with that new God of War game, I think that would definitely give a run for its money, and all those that are complaining about that game would look over at Son of Rome or Son of Rome 2 and be like, you know what, I might have to give that a try.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I'm gonna ask you the same question, Fuzzy, but I'm gonna use like a car reference. Um, Fuzzy, what big thing shown at the show would really rev your engine, would really push your pedals, would really activate
What
your
would
nos? What would have what's gonna do it for you, man? What's gonna take you to 10,000 RPMs, Fuzzy Belvedere?
what will spoil you in boost mode?
All right, so one long shot, only because of the way things have kind of panned out for some of the development team, an actual re energizing of Forza Motorsport, and
Yes.
focusing on updated tracks, focusing on a variety of different, like, not league racing, but like different racing series, like looking at like IMSA stuff. A lot of the different car classes for IMSA, put a big emphasis on that and make it so it's almost like a licensed game for IMSA and a lot of the tracks and cars and stuff. But realistically, the big thing that's going to probably get my motor going would be State of K3,
Hmm.
seeing some new base locations, because they talked about that, and getting a release date. Like,
Yeah.
I want the mall again, but I want it to be like not a strip mall. I want it to be a mall, like the ones that are now going into extinction across the country, kind of thing. But like a real mall where it's all indoors and you got the water fountains and stuff like that. I can relive like Dawn of the Dead in a video game. Like, I
Yeah.
want that. And hopefully it comes out next year, whether it's fall or anything after Fable, because I'm assuming Fable's probably like a February-ish time for next year, let's say.
Hmm.
Just guessing. State of K3 coming, let's say, you know, October, November. October, like in time, or before Halloween would be cool. But anytime around there would be awesome. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. OG maybe says hi, ferocious fee. Shout out to you.
She's stocking the refrigerator. They're saying
Nice.
hi, honey.
Got to get ready. Hello. Um, man, gotta get ready to be enamored in gaming news for the next few days, Fuzz. You know, gotta get the stuff in the fridge. What's your drink of
Yeah.
choice?
Um, oh, because I have a sugar problem, I have to go with unsweetened leaf tea, or
Okay.
was it oat leaf, or pure leaf? Pure leaf tea, that's the unsweetened, but then I put the Crystal Light lemonade in it. So it winds up being like an Arnold Palmer, like
Yeah.
half sweet,
Nice.
like a fruit tea
Yeah.
and lemonade. But not too much sugar, because getting older and now you can't process sugar like it used to.
Yeah, for sure,
I
man.
know. Sucks, man.
I was trying to think of
Matt,
something.
what will
Okay.
tickle your fancy?
What might tickle my ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. Since you
Um
have a fancy to tickle.
what tickle my fancy is you'd probably like want to see some kind of like what game do like let me ask you, babe, what name one game that would like blow your mind to see at the showcase? I'm gonna wait for her response. She said Supermarket Simulator 2. Well, hey, you can just go play God of War You can play God of War Lafe. That'll probably be right there for you, dude. Um, GTA, she says. GTA.
Yeah.
GTA 6. That would be insane. That's a good choice, right? That's a good fucking choice. Man, uh, for me,
Imagine Xbox
I,
is like, fuck you. Guess what? Here's the trailer for
yeah.
GTA.
Well, it's like I already the thing is like I already know there's like so many things that I actually would be that's going to be there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy, because Fable has been confirmed to be there, and Fable's been one of my dream games forever. I know we've already seen it, but I always wanted to come back, and it's going to be there. You know, I mean we're gonna see probably Halo remake again. So it's like how like we got Halo and Fable, and then we got Gears all at the same fucking show. Like, so it's I go into that old mindset of like what I've always been asking for, and that this is the year I think it could actually happen, to where we're finally gonna fucking see it. And I'm gonna be a little really specific on this though, because I know I've already mentioned it before, but Splinter Cell will do that for me. I see Splinter Cell, you will see me spontaneously fucking combust. Okay? Especially if we see it at the Xbox show, I'm gonna be crazy excited either way. But because it was originally an Xbox exclusive game back in the OG days, and it was kind of synonymous with Xbox, I see it at the Xbox show. First off, I know it's probably going to be Play Anywhere, which would be awesome, right? But I will see it at the Xbox show. If I see it and it looks fucking amazing, I don't want to just want to see it. I want to see it, and then I want to go back to the roots of when Splinter Cell was set the bar for graphics, bro. Remember when Chaos Theory came out on the original Xbox, and nobody could believe how this fucking game was on on that generation. Like, it looked way beyond anything out there on any platform that had ever existed when Splinter Cell Chaos Theory came out. The lighting, the graphics, the way, just all of it looked fucking so sick. I want to see Splinter Cell Remake come out and bring that energy, that, hey, this is not just a Splinter Cell game. We are going back, and it is going to be the best fucking possible thing we can make, and bring this franchise back in a massive way. So I want to see that. Then I want him to announce, after the Splinter Cell trailer shows, stay tuned next month for a reveal of Spies versus Mercs. If we get that double doozy, right? I also want them to announce co-op for Splinter Cell as well, because all Chaos Theory was the best collection of all the things within Splinter Cell. If they do that
Yes.
double doozy though, and bring out, okay, we got fucking the single player campaign, but we're also bringing back this multiplayer component, Spies versus Mercs. This is one of the best multiplayer modes of all time. That will tickle my fancy. Absolutely. That will rev my engine. That'll melt my soul. That'll do all the fucking things, man. I hope it happens. Now, I've said that kind of stuff numerous times in the past about Splinter Cell, and it never fucking happens. However, I was told there might be a 50-50 chance that we see it at one of the shows this year. It's could be ready, right? It could be ready. I think Mag was making that prediction here last week. Fuzzy, you mentioned my list. I gotta address this real quick. Every year, guys, I put out a list. Now, I got a little birdie over there at Microsoft, right? They send me this list of games that are going to be at the show. I mean, not really, right? But I put this list out. And the reaction is always fucking priceless, bro. It's always fucking priceless. It's always fucking priceless.
It never disappoints.
Because I just want to read the games that are on the list and tell you that people thought I was trying to pass it off as real. People get upset. People say fake. Nobody look at this. It's another fake one. Oh, this can't happen because this game is on the list. The fact that this game was missing is the reason why I know it's fake. Let me read the games that I put on the list. Blade, Call of Duty 4, DMZ, Breast of Reincarnation,
Nice.
Mass Effect
I
4.
like the artwork,
Huh?
the box artwork.
You like
That
the
was-
box art? Yeah, that you can thank Kate for that. Minecraft Dungeons 2. How about that hot exclusive Coffee Talk Xbox Parasocial Edition?
No, there's a new one coming out, by the way.
There is. I just saw that Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
fucking saw that, bro. I just saw that.
I know 3-Bit's like, oh, I gotta pre-order this.
Stranger Than Heaven. How about this banger? Tex-Mex is only good in Texas. Now, this is from
Like
the
chili
heart.
cheese only good in Philly.
I see people talk shit on Tex-Mex all the time. That's because you haven't fucking been here and had it. Let me tell you. Halo Campaign Evolved, Halo Wars 3, Killer Instinct 2, Pony Tamer Online. We've had this game for like 5 fucking years in a row, or at least a sequel. This is like
Why
the
they
6th
keep churning out
iteration.
such bangers?
And the box art for this one, guys, I'll show you guys the box art here in a minute. How about this next one? Itchy Ass Syndrome. I've been enjoying that game for about 5 years, probably, guys. I mean, that's already that's you can call that a Mav exclusive. I don't fucking know what like it is what it is. We've all dealt and played that game once or twice. Itchy Ass Syndrome, Fable, Quake 5. How about this one? Oblivious. That was for everybody that was reading this saying it was fake without realizing that it's fucking obviously fake. Logos the game. How on point in timing is that, right? Splinter Cell Remake. My favorite, large pizza, extra cheese. Now, usually Tex-Mex is only good in Texas, and large pizza with extra cheese, the order of release is those two before Itchy Ass Syndrome. You got to play those other two first. You got Mech Assault 3
Yes.
Wolf Pack. Fucking, that'd be a dream, right? That'd be a fucking dream. Fallout New York. Transparency. Shout out to Matt Booty. Metro 2039. Space Thieves. I actually do think Metro 2039 could be there. Either it'd be there at the Keighley show. Space Thieves. That's actually Rare's sequel to Sea of Thieves. If you guys didn't know. Star Wars Mandalore. That'd be cool. Elder Scrolls 6 Iliac. That one actually could be real because I just got that shit off of some kind of like site that said that it was a leak for Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know. Right? But I will say hidden in here are things that some people think may actually be there. Right? But shout out to everybody who was like, this isn't real because of Quake 5. Shout out to everybody who's like, this isn't real because of Quake 5. Or this isn't real
Like,
because,
oh,
Yeah, because fucking we
Itchy
already
ass
just saw
simulator.
We just saw Stranger Than Heaven. They're not going to show it here again. This list is fake. What, itchy ass syndrome didn't give it away? It wasn't the large pizza with extra cheese?
Oh
Come
god.
on, people. Oh, and then
Dick Jeff the video game.
here's the box arts for some of these games. Just in case you guys haven't seen it. Well, actually, I can't. I gotta bring it up this other way. Hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna bring it up this way for you guys. There we go. There you go. There's the box art. A Mac 22TH54 with the $2 says, "Did I take a blow to the head?" When I was a kid, not in a while, man. That hasn't happened for a long time. All of those games actually exist on Steam, probably. I love. I think my favorite might be Transparency because it actually has the transparent image background on it. Shout out to Kate and ChatGPT who collaborated on this. You got Coffee Talk, Xbox Parasocial Edition, great. I love that 3-Bit didn't disclose to us that he was working on another Xbox game with Pony Tamer Online. Absolutely amazing. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's. I hope I could show that itchy ass syndrome ass on the screen. Hope it doesn't get me in trouble. Anyway.
I don't know, but that breast of reincarnation looks mighty fine.
Psycho's like, screw everything else I said. Screw Breath of Fire. I just actually want to see Breath of Reincarnation be a real thing.
Yes, please.
We might see Beast of Reincarnation come to the show.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep showing it, right? So they obviously have some kind of big deal with them on that game, and it did look good the last couple times we saw it. Waffle House Battle
Maybe it
Royale,
gets,
that'd be great.
maybe we get a release date on Beast of Incarnation.
Yeah, did they not give a release date yet?
I think they gave like a time period, something like fall of 26 or something. I don't think
Mhm.
they gave a date though. But those are some good leaks there.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see some of those. If there is actually a game revealed that's named one of those fucking things, I will die. Actually, literally die on the coast stream. Doubt that's gonna happen though, guys. All right. Well, Fuzz, have you seen anybody yet? Are you like at a hotel further away? Have you kind of roamed the?
I think I'm at a hotel further away. Like we stayed, I forget what it was called last time, but it would have been the E Tom Hotel or something along those
Mhm.
lines, or the E Lounge, which was like the hotel that Microsoft was staying at. And great hotel, but they cut the water off the last day we were supposed to leave. So we're getting ready to take
Oof.
showers early to head to the airport. Like this was back in 22, and they cut the water off and didn't tell anybody that they were cutting the water off. And we had to go to different rooms that had, water pressure still. So I was like, I'm not staying in a hotel as expensive as that was, and had to run around other rooms for a shower. No, not doing that. So we went with the Quality Inn. It's actually real close to where they're holding the Summerfest, the Game Fest, and the Fan Fest. Because now Fan Fest, when I came here in 22, was right by that other hotel I made mention. It was like you could walk across the street and be in the line. Now, where our hotel is, it's like Fan Fest, I think, is down 2 blocks, and then Game Fest is over 4 blocks, or something along those lines. So
Right.
Quality Inn was like that perfect in the center location. But I think most people are back by where the old Xbox Fan Fest was, where there's like the Moxie and Marriott and a few others that they stayed at. And I'm like, that's too far. I mean, we have our car. We could have stay there, but I was like, this is close. It's cheap. And it's better than what I was expecting because some of the reviews and pictures was like, oh, this is a 2-star. I'm like, as long as there's not like homeless people breaking into the cars in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have garage parking in the basement, so everything is secure. But I'm isolated. I think
Yeah.
Silent Cyphers at a B&B not too far from me. Um, and then I know Calorie is in the area, but I don't know if he's. I think he lives not too far away or reasonably close, or he's staying reasonably close as well. But he's going to be in the area for FanFest and a few of these other shows and stuff.
Right on, man. Well, I hope you have a good time, dude. Say hello to everybody for me.
We'll do.
Let's see. We got
I got to get you
also,
out when you.
yeah, one of these years, man. It'll happen sometime. August 3rd is what it says on online for the Beast of Reincarnation release date.
Okay.
Yeah, it says it's for the Steam, PlayStation, Windows, Xbox Series X and S. So yeah, we got August the 3rd. So yeah, we'll probably. I mean, I would think we'll probably see it, at least some kind of another trailer because of the marketing deal there. Um, so Psycho, hey, cool. It was good to see you, bro. And are you there?
Is he awake?
He might have passed out. Psycho, hello. No, he's gone. Um, Fuzzy, thanks for being here, bro. On location. I hope you have a blast. Tell everybody where they can find your rambles and rants, sir.
As always, love doing a podcast with you. Um, Glad I was able to make it here in time. I know you're doing it a little bit earlier and everything, and just looking forward to Sunday. I want to really see what Xbox has to show us. I know they got some ones that we kind of know about. I think they got a couple of surprises up their sleeves, so looking forward to those. But
Yeah,
I hear my rambles and rants. Just search the social medias, the internets for Fuzzy Belvedere or Forza Belvedere, whichever you want to call me. You should be able to find me.
right on. Oh, I got another question, Fuzz. Are they doing like the community show is having another watch party, right? Or
I believe. Well,
because I know last year they did it because there was no fan fest, but then this year there is a fan fest. Um, are they doing both, or is it just one? Do you know?
it's just one, I believe, but they're incorporating some of the stuff that they did for the watch party from last year into this one.
Okay.
So there's going to be like when I went here for the one in 22, Xbox had everything set up, but I think there's going to be like I wouldn't say a meet and greet, but there's going to be like I guess a get to know everybody that's out here type of
Mm-hmm.
thing. A lot of us are on social media. A lot of us played games against each other online and stuff. So it'll be great to see like put a face with the name kind of thing. I think there's going to be like a group dinner. Well, there's supposed to be a group dinner tonight, which I got to get ready for here soon.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a couple of group meetups at like the Game Fest. I think there's a meetup as well. Um, and then a lot of them that are, doing stuff for their own channel are going to be doing a lot of interview stuff. I want to say Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
There were some of them that did some of the stuff today for like behind the scenes stuff with either IGN or with some of the dev teams that are going to be associated with FanFest. But yeah, there's going to be a couple of meetups. But the FanFest and watch party is all going to be one kind of thing.
Right
And
on,
then
man.
like a after
Ooh.
or like a dinner tonight, and then I guess an after dinner. We'll see me on Sunday. It stops.
Awesome, dude. We'll have a blast, man.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, if should I'll you should FaceTime me when you're like at the group dinner or something, just so I can feel like I'm there.
Will do.
I'm
Will
just
do.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. We're like, hey, everybody, this is Mav. Just want to set him here. Like, hi guys. No, don't do that. Psycho, thanks for being here, bro. It's good to see you, man.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Work called, so I had to take it.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I know it's been such a long time. And I miss it, and it's great seeing you, Fuzzy and Mav. But I will be back Sunday because I do not work.
Yes.
So yes, I mean,
Awesome.
can't miss the 25th anniversary of the showcase for Xbox. You can't. I'm gonna make it for that one. So I will be there Sunday. I think your wife sent me the times of when we're gonna go live, so
Yeah.
we are golden.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I think it's at. I think the show's at. What time is the show? At 1 or 12? Yeah, so at 1 Eastern, we'll
One.
be live then at 11 a.m. Central Time. So we'll be live at 12 Eastern. Yeah, we'll be live at 12 Eastern. Calorie says King was shouting me out yesterday for my take on God of War Lafe. He said he watched your comments on it and enjoyed your take. Right on, bro. Thanks, Calorie, for letting me know. I got to go check out what he said, man. But yeah, guys, it was awesome seeing you all, and it's good to have you back. It'll be cool having you, Psycho, there. I know Fuzzy, you'll be busy. Yeah, but we'll have.
But it's understandable.
Yeah, understandable. But Pong will be here. I think 3-Bit may be here, and PTK said he might be able to be here. I'm hoping Steel's able to be here too. We'll see. We'll see who all's going to be here. It'd be amazing if Jasper could show up too, but we'll see on that. He doesn't have control over his schedule too much, right? So
no.
But guys, it's been real chat. You guys rock. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Summer Game Fest co-stream. Don't forget, be here. It'll be fun to watch. Take it easy. Have a good one. And peace out. Bye-bye.